we were always talking about redesigning his chair, redesigning his chair, redesigning his chair, but the things hit you while you lost. So that's something that we realized. And then we come up with some sketches, and we were having some ideas over there. And we say we are also in the same time in the office furniture side now. Why we are not also looking through there? And we made also some modelings over there. And it comes through this. Though it was the original one, from the original to redesign. So that's not the original. This is the now it's going to launch on June. This is called 1962. The legs again profile, the same thickness, 2.5 something. And then we were using the spots. Now we are using plastic cups, but also we are using them as branding. The fabric has changed a lot. You were having a fabric from lots of different places. Now you can have it, and it's all PU molding. So every time it's the same. It's industrialized now. And while we are doing this, why don't we make this as a family? There was a back shell with the gap, but we are making it also with a different side. And this is the second version of it. And the third, since we are in the office side, why don't we use this in the office furniture, office sector too? And that's the meeting chair. And while we were going through there, we say, okay, why don't we use a different material, a plastic one, to use another different coffee table. And it's becoming like this. And this one is coming through. This picture is taken in 1978. This is my grandfather and my uncle. And this picture taken in 1965. And that's the original 1962 chair together, and the tables together with the new coffee table. This is the same idea. Bring up together with the product itself. And this picture, we made it in 2011. He was sitting in the same chair that he sit in 1965. And that's the new chair that we redesigned. So that's our aim. In our 60th year anniversary, we are redesigning our new chair, but also with different things. So this is basically what I'm going to talk about, the design and industrial design phase. I want to talk about a little bit intellectual things about more now. I bring some copies for the Box in a Box Idea magazine. For the Box in a Box Idea magazine, we have started in 2010 with a showroom concept in Istanbul together with Yalçın Ata and the concept called Box in a Box Idea. That time, now she is the wife of Derin Sarıyer. Beliz Sarıyer was working together with Yalçın Ata, and I asked to her, what's the name of this concept? And she called me, this is Box in a Box Idea, because there was lots of boxes. I didn't want to talk about that because there was another concept right now. But then we say, why we just keep this in this interior architectural project in only one location? Why don't we make this as a kind of like a communication project, as a corporate social responsibility object? So we start printing these magazines. And when we first printing them, it was pretty much like a corporate magazine. We were printing our new design, other things, and so on. But then we realized that there is a quite gap for the young artists. It doesn't matter which kind of an art that they're doing, but basically they can do knitting, they can do photography, they can do illustration, all those kind of things. So we started printing those magazines, and we are, distributing them. And I realize people knows Box in a Box Idea more than Ersa. And because we put these to the cafes and we are bringing to also our international exhibitions and so on. After the 70 issue, we moved to illustration covers. And from there till today, we have a huge illustration network. We are going through, now we are working on the 20th edition. And it has become something quite different, and we have been using this for lots of areas. But I wanted to talk about this because the interior design is part of also the communication. How? I mentioned about the showroom project, or this one. This become a magazine. With the other one, we made a kind of like a video object. This is it. I don't know how I can start this. Let's better do this way. this is a video. So we come up with the musicians and take them to our area, only the young ones, and bring them to show their performances. So in the showroom, they made, for instance, a cappella. I'm not sure the sound is working. Yeah, it's working. Oh, this is a group. They made an a cappella, and they are in the showroom. So we also make these productions. That's pretty much it. Don't want to show you everything about this. And we realized also, for instance, after this, they got so much different jobs. And it's one of the good things. And the decision of making that magazine was, I was living in Ankara till 2010. I moved to Istanbul in 2010, and I realized, and I was reading lots of magazines, the Frame magazine, the Tasarım, and 21, all of them, and everybody was so famous to me before. And I moved to there, I met with the people, they are human. And there's always the same guys in the magazine. And our idea is not to put those men to this magazine, only put the young ones. That's the main idea. The second project I want to talk about, which is also here, the notebook project. We have been doing over the last 4 years. The first one was Little Prince, the second one Alice in Wonderland, the third one is Sherlock Holmes, and this year is Peter Pan. Why we are doing this? There's only one just small answer about this. In 2014, I was in military service in Cyprus. And I was in a small community. It was only 65 people. 5 of them, they were not speaking Turkish. They were only speaking Kurdish. 10 of them, they don't know how to read. 65 people. And that's actually the Turkish reality. We are here in Izmir, in Istanbul, in Ankara, everything looks perfect. But whenever you come from the other sides and you see that not everybody have a kind of like an education that we have. And every night I was reading The Little Prince myself in the military. And then when I come back, every year we were preparing calendars, we were preparing notebooks, but basically with our products, with our reference projects. But it doesn't really give the sense to people, and nobody was using it. It's a commercial product, and it's hateful. And there is no aesthetic, there is nothing. You don't want to use the calendars. So we say, why don't we use our network from the illustration and bring it kind of like a different project? So even somebody just look at this, see it, and decided to go back and read the original book itself. This is not a book. There is only 12 illustration and some quotes from the book itself. And it's a notebook. The first year, it gets really good reaction. So we decided to move on. And each year now we're just selecting another course, and we are making with Turkish illustration artists 12 different drawings throughout the 12 different illustrations, and we are distributing them. And for the magazine and this one, we are actually doing it free of charge. This is kind of like a corporate social responsibility. We don't really have any expectations as a kind of like because we are a furniture company. From publishing, I don't really get any revenue. And this is how it is. So this is the latest one. Sorry, because we are in April, I didn't bring you the calendar. I only bring the notebook. But, these are the illustrations itself. And it's all different style. That's the idea. Yes, that's basically it. Now this is the one. Nobody from next year is here from the factory, no? This is completely different people. There's only one. Okay. So you already saw it then. The others don't. My father has a watch collection in the factory. He is the biggest watch collector in Turkey. So he has been collecting the watches more than 30 years. It says 2,100 antique watches, but since 5 to 7 years that he says the same number, but each week I go there that I see new watches, but he keeps the number over there because he doesn't want us to, get angry to him. And that's how it is. I would like to show you with a video. That's it. And here, I think that was a small documentary.
Doğduğundan beri zamana bir ilgin var. Çok dakik olduğunu düşünüyorum. Başlangıçta özellikle pazarları ve antikacıları gezerek saat ürününü ne bulduysam aldım. Sonra baktım ki iş biraz çöplüğe dönecek, antika özelliği olan bir anı barındıran saatlere yöneldim. Bugün 2000'i aşkın masa, kol, cep ve duvar saatine sahip oldum. Benim tespit edebildiğim kadarıyla elimdeki en eski parça 350 yıllık bir İngiliz yapımı cep saati. Napolyon dönemini görmüş, Birinci Dünya Savaşı'nı görmüş, İkinci Dünya Savaşı'nı görmüş, bir sürü insanın duygularına hitap etmiş olması benim için ayrı bir önem taşıyor. Zaten saatin koleksiyonunu yapmamın altındaki temel neden de bu. Anılara sahip olmak, o anıları paylaşmak, onları biriktirmek. Manevi yönü en ağır olan parça, dünyanın Öztürk tarafından bana hediye edilen bir fotoğraf. Bana onun geçmiş olsun anısına göndermişti. Ben de aynı akşam kendisini aradım. Ben böyle ağır ve pahalı bir hediyeyi kabul edemez. Bunu sana geri iade edeceğim dedim. Ben kime emanet edeceğimi çok iyi biliyorum. Gözüm arkada kalmayacak demişti. 10 gün kadar sonra hastaneye yatırımcı oldum. Beyin tümörü teşhisi konulmuştu. Tabloş olduktan 10 gün sonra da evinde vefat etti. O nedenle onu burada gözüm gibi bakıyorum. Burası benim için meditasyon merkezi gibi. Günün neredeyse 1 saat, 1,5 saatini burada dinlenmek amaçlı olarak geçiriyorum. Ne iş yaparsanız yapın, bir şeyin hiç aralıksız süre gelmesini bezginlik ve yılgınlık yapacağını düşünüyorum. O nedenle insanların belli aralıklarla kendilerine özel hayatlarında da yer ayırmaları, bir hobileri olması gerektiğini düşünüyorum. Bir şey biriktirmek bazıları için çok itici geliyor. Daha önce birileri tarafından kullanılmış bir objeye sahip olmayı kesinlikle istemiyorum. Oysa ben daha önce birileri tarafından kullanılmış, müdahil olmasam çöpe gidecek olarak hissettiğim şeyleri gelecek nesillere aktarmaktan hoşlanıyorum. Anıları biriktirmek ya da anıları paylaşmak da diyebilirsiniz. Bu hissetmekle ilgili. Bir de bu tür şeyler paylaştıkça çok güzel oluyor. Eğer ömrüm yeterse topluma kazandırmayı çok arzuluyorum. İnşallah bunu da yönetimde gerçekleştirirsem bundan sonraki nesiller de bundan yararlanırlar.
I wanted to also show this to you because this is in our factory. We didn't take this as a outside and in different kind of like a museum. We didn't put it over there. We wanted to show people in our production because this is ourself. This is us. And that's why I wanted to put also over there. He has been collecting them more than 30 years. And one final thing, and I'm finishing. I think with the time also, I don't want to push you. In 2014, with İKSV, in the Design Biennale, we made another one project. And that year, the theme was, future is not the same as past. But everybody was like talking about future is very good and everything is very okay, like it's perfect and so on. But we look in an opposite way because some things that you cannot repeat. There is the industry, but there is also the craft, handcraft, there is the craftsmanship and all the other kind of things. So we go to 6 different professions, and over there on these 6 professions in Anatolia, we looked to the claying, we look to the carpet knitting, we look for the wood carving and so on from different cities from Anatolia, and we made a kind of like a documentary project, and we also publish a book. Why I am showing you this? Because we are from the Anatolia region, we are from Turkey, and all of us actually we have lots of family companies. But when you look at it in Turkey, there is 6 to 10% companies who can make till the third generation. Nothing more than that. And we are actually losing our craftsmanship. We are losing our capabilities. So we are in a three generation company. We are in the furniture industry. What we are trying to do, we try to take this profession, take this business to further, not only with family, not only with craftsmanship, but also with the systems, with the human resource, with the all these kind of things. But the only thing we shouldn't forget is this, that it is coming from father, it's coming from grandfather, but we have to take it up something more.
Akşam işine oturduk. Babamızın kestiği ağaçlara bugün biz şekil vermeye çalışıyoruz. Şekil veriyoruz.
Ben babamdan öğrendim, babam da babasından öğrendi. Ailemde de şimdi burada.
Benim eve gelince koyunları topluyorsun.
Daima kendinizi yenilemeniz lazım. 46 seneden beri bu mesleğimde. İkileden gittim. Bu mesleğini devam ettiriyorum.
Kaybolmalarını istemeyiz. Kendi kendimizi kaybediyoruz.
There was one speech, I saw it last week. There's a guy who is saying like, this now the country's GDP is around 10,000 US dollars per person. From 3,000 to 10,000, you can make it with construction. But from 10,000 to 20,000, you only have to make it with innovation or design. And we are coming from very good, traditions, but we have to make it to one step further. And we can do this only with innovation and the design. And over here, I show you a company which is coming from one person in 1958 in 68 years, which is coming more a technology innovation company. And this is coming through with the interior design, which is coming with the industrial design, which is coming with the system and the whole the humans. That's pretty much the idea. So that's why I don't want to make it long and long and long. I want to give a kind of like a message over here. We need you guys to, develop more ideas so we can execute them and the company can grow. Thank you. Sorry. Actually, I don't need this. If you have any questions that I can answer. If not, if everything is clear, so then I'm a point. Sure. Okay. Türkçe de olur. Benim için sorun yok. Soru varsa alabilirim. Yoksa diyeceğim ki sunumu çok güzel hazırlamışım. Hiçbir soru yok. Biraz fazla video koydum. Canı sıkılmasın diye. Çünkü sabahın 9'unda gelip sunumu yapıyor. Yes, tell me. For instance, for home, no, because for home you need a different concept, because one of them is just the project sales, the other one is the retail sales, and the customer groups are completely different. In that one, you are talking with the purchasing managers, those kind of people, and architects, interior designers. For home, you are working with housewives, all the retail people. They are looking for their home. So that concept, Istanbul showroom concept, we bring it to Ankara. It was the same idea. Yeah. Yeah. Over there it's the same. The factory also in Ankara, that in the city center we had the same. But for now, for the home, we are working something different. Maybe next year that I'll come and tell about that. Because with backyard we are just turning and working on those kind of things. And at the end we make the execution, and it takes so much things.
Last question is, what was the craziest collaboration you had? I mean, the most difficult
The successful one or the failure one?
I mean, in general, what was the most challenging collaboration with a designer or with a customer, with a client, or what was that? Most radical request.
I'll talk about failure first. You see lots of designers over there. Let's open up that. Just go back. I don't talk about them first. I'll talk something different because nobody actually asked about this because.
No, because I imagine a little bit.
So, you saw these?
Yeah.
We put these names, but there is like 3 times more that we failed together because of us, because of them, because of that time period. So over there is one designer that we come up together, sign a contract together. Now what we are doing together with him, now we don't work with him, but while we were making the meeting, he was coming with his psychologist and his lawyer together. So, and at the end, with that kind of a meeting, how you can be productive? Because the whole ways that he was always concerned that what's going to happen, always with the lawyers, always with the official papers and so on. Turkish. Well, Turkish are hard. That's why there's so much internationals over here. But anyways, like the most successful part is Ece'yalım, even this time, and also this experience I can tell. On this Monday, I was together with them in Ankara. We had a kind of like an evening meeting together. They were a little bit, how should I say? I just would like to take the word a little bit delicately. Sad. They were sad that for the home collection, why, because we have more than 30 design awards together in the office side. So they said, why you didn't come to us for the home collection first, because we have lots of collections together and so on. And I said to them, frankly speaking, these 2 guys on top, they have been working with Polyform, Maxalto, BMB, Wittmann, Natuzzi over 30 years. And we would like to get inside of a market that we don't know, and in our 60th year anniversary, and we have a more than 50 design awards in the office. We want to do something large, so we need an experience. And we go to there, which is working like this. And they said they understand it very well. This is one of the most very good things about them, because they're always like, understand you, and they're trying to give you more things. So that was also a little bit different, more crazy. Let's see.
What the craziest product that you have produced? I mean, the thing that wasn't belonging to your.
I can talk about like salt. The salt library shelving was something like that, because it was 2010 when I met with Garanti Bank. It was in 2010, and they didn't met with me even in a proper meeting room. They took me a small depot storage area, first introduction, and I tell everything that what we do and so on and so on. He say, okay, but for 4 months, 6 months, I didn't hear anything from them. After 6 months, one of the guy came over us and said, we are very strong with the steel production, and we have one project in Karaköy. It's with Han Tümer Tekin, Otoban, Alexis Murat Şanal, and we have library shelves over there. But we need to open it in 3 to 4 months. And we met with Alexis and Murat Şanal. They show us one product from Holland. It was Witsoe. It was an aluminum shelving. They say, we want you to make this exactly the same. We say, why we are making the same? Why don't we develop our own product together with you, and we can use there? And that building is coming from 1800s, and the walls are coming from there and so on. And what they're asking is, it has to be more than 50 centimeters up, connected to wall directly, and each shelf has to carry 70 kilos of a book with that 200 years old of a building. So we worked on it and make our first mock-ups in a month. We apply them to the wall, and they liked it. And then they say, okay, we have to go to the tender. I said to them, how you can go to the tender? This is our, like an engineering product, so nobody can actually code this. And bank has actually said, okay, you are right, because this is something special and we go through like this. In 4 months, we made that project, but that product also become a standard product of us. after that, and we applied everywhere. But the needs was incredible, coming from 1800s, that you have to carry each shelf 70 kilos, and you have to put it 50 centimeters up above the wall. That was one also interesting topic that I've been through. Yes. The first one was completely mock-up. We are not really happy with that. With the Robert College, we actually make it a little bit more different and so on, the lighting elements, because the first one was just like, it was a first trial. It was a mock-up. It's still a mock-up. Now we changed it a little bit more. Thank you. Başka? Sorun. Tabii. Ya şimdi şöyle bir durum var. Ankara, İstanbul çok merkez gibi duruyor ama yani ben şuna bakıyorum. Ben haftada bir gün saat 6:20 uçağıyla Sabiha Gökçen'den Ankara'ya gidiyorum. Aynı anda ondan 15 dakika önce de İzmir uçağı var. Bundan 3 sene önce İzmir uçağına kimse gitmezdi. Yani uçak boştu. Ve hiç oradan kalkıp birileri şeye gitmezdi. Şu an İzmir'e Ankara'dan daha çok adam gidiyor. Böyle de bir durum var. Tabii buradaki yapılanma ve de birkaç ay öncesinde bir geldim. Buradaki trafiği gördüm. Buradaki orada dediğim sunumda anlattığım gibi birçok inşaat ve bununla ilgili birçok yatırım var. Yani biz de şu anda Ankara'daki, İstanbul'daki yatırımların yanında İzmir'de de olmamız gerektiğine karar verdik. Şu anda Alsancak'ta bir yer. Buradan çıkınca oraya gideceğim. Hızlı bir şekilde bir ofis planlıyoruz. Büyük bir showroom değil başta. Yaklaşık 100 metrekarelik bir alan. Ama geçici bir ofis. Sonrasında daha büyük bir yer bulup oraya geçmek ve hem ev hem ofis içinde kendimiz için yeni bir yerimiz olsun. Burada da bulmak istiyoruz. Çünkü İzmir şu anda Türkiye tarafında da çok önemli bir şehir haline geldi. Yani bundan 3 sene, 5 sene önce bunu konuşurduk. Ama şu anda bunun gerçekten böyle olmasını görmek bir anlamda da çok güzel. Gayet de iyi bir şey. O anlamda bence bunun başında da yani sizler de varsınız. Yani sizin de buradan yaptığınız projeler, diğer bu tarafta buradaki şeylerde önemli bir durum. Tabii bilmiyorum. Ben yakın zamanda İzmirliler İstanbulluları kovar diye düşünüyorum. Çünkü İstanbulluların o gıcıklığına bir yerden sonra nasıl dayanıyorsunuz, nasıl katlanıyorsunuz, bir de öyle bir durum var. Çünkü onların hiçbirinin sabrı yoktur, şey yoktur. O yüzden bir süre sonra herhalde şey yapacaksınız diye düşünüyorum ama hayırlısı. Ya da siz gideceksiniz. Ama zannetmiyorum, siz bırakmayın buraları yani. Onlar gitsinler. Yani şöyle, şu anda bizim Ar-Ge merkezi Ankara'da, 35 mühendisimiz var. Orada aynı zamanda hem endüstriyel tasarımcı hem iç mimar durumunda ihtiyacımız oluyor. Bu dönemde çok fazla da standart ürün çalışıyoruz. Ama staj derken şu yani, bizim Ar-Ge direktörümüz kendisi 26 senedir mobilyadan ve gerçekten böyle zorlayacak. Yani solid çizmenizi isteyecek, parça resmi bilmenizi isteyecek, SAP'yi öğrenmenizi isteyecek, diğer taraftaki şeyleri yapmanızı isteyecek. Böyle bir şeylere hazırsanız ve ben bunu yaparım diyorsanız gönderin. İstanbul'da da 15 tane tasarımcı var. Orada da sürekli model. Şimdi şöyle bir durumumuz var. Sözüm meclisten dışarı. Fakat eğitimle ilgili yaşadığımız en büyük sorunlardan bir tanesi. Bizim çalıştığımız arkadaşlarımızla şunu yapmamız gerekiyor. Oturup baştan bir reset atıyoruz. Çünkü endüstriyel tasarım tarafında da mesela Rhino ile ürün çiziliyor. Ama biz üretimde Rhino'yu kesinlikle kullanmıyoruz. Bizim solid çizime ihtiyacımız var. Çünkü parça resimleri alıyoruz ve parça resimlerini SAP'ye birebir entegre ediyoruz. Sistemin içerisinde bütün parça resimlerini birebir koyuyoruz ve kalıba da oradan gidiyor. Çünkü öbür türlü içi boş ve dolu olmadığı için onun üstünden gidiyoruz. Diğer taraftan Max'i kullanıyoruz çünkü render tarafındaki konularda diğer tarafta V-Ray'i modelleme için kullanıyoruz. Biz eskiden bu İtalyanlarla çalıştığımız zaman mühendisini de oradan alırdık. O zaman mühendis gelirdi, bir ay, 2 ay burada kalırdı. Otururdu, çizerdi bütün solid çizimlerini, makinelere verirdik CNC çizimleri, üretilirdi ve çıkardı. Ama şimdi onlarla yürüdüğümüz zaman daha yavaş giriyor. Burada daha hızlı ilerleyebiliyoruz. Şu anda kendini geliştiren çok arkadaşımız var. Mesela bizim içimizdeki ekibimiz de bu noktada çok genç. Bu anlamda ve şu anda bütün ekibimizde stajdan başlayıp da geçen arkadaşlar oluşturuyor. Çünkü bütün ekibimizi Ar-Ge merkezi ve baştan oluşturduk. Bir de şöyle bir durum var. Şirkette belli bir süre kaldıktan sonra birazcık körlük de oluşuyor. Yani öyle de bir durum var. O yüzden tasarım tarafı, inovasyon dediğinizde böyle birazcık da yeni bir bakış açısı olmasında fayda var. Dediğim gibi İstanbul tarafında tasarım, Ankara tarafında, Ar-Ge tarafında eğer gerçekten söylediğim gibi hani yapacak, bir şeyler öğrenmek istiyorum. Bir şeyler yani biraz okul gibi çünkü. Yani ama zorlu bir okul. Öyle onu da söyleyebilirim. Hani öyle bugün geleyim şöyle olsun rahat yapayım falan değil. Gerçekten çünkü biz de öyle çalışmıyoruz. O anlamda şeyiniz olursa Benim mail adresim burada yoksa da söyleyebilirim. Hani ismim soy ismim arada nokta var. Yalçın.ata@ersamobilya. Bana mailinizi atarsanız ben gerekli kişilere her halükarda ulaştırırım. Birebir kendim bakmıyorum ama ulaştırırım, inceleriz. Şu anda da yazla ilgili olaraktan böyle bir çalışmaya ihtiyacımız var. Buyurun.
Çalıştığınız kişileri seçerken hangi faktörleri göz önüne alıyorsunuz? Mesela önünüze portfolyo geldiğinde sadece çizimlerine mi bakıyorsunuz yoksa kişiliğine, işte yaptığı şeylere falan mı?
Yani işte avukatla ve işte şeyle toplantıyı yaptıktan sonra kişilik çok önemli. İstediği kadar başarılı olsun, bir şekilde başka türlü iş çıkmıyor. Yani iş çok estetik belki ama o kişilik şey olmadığı sürece, o uyum, takım çalışmasına uyum sağlayamıyorsa hiçbir faydası yok. Yani benim açımdan da öyle. Şimdi ben şu anda 600 kişilik bir şirketin içerisinde bir temsilciyim. Ben orada diğer ekibin yaptığı iş kadar varım. Hep beraber birlikte yaptığımız iş kadar varım. Benim tek başıma bireysel olarak yaptığım hiçbir şeyin faydası yok. Yani ben gidip defteri de tek başıma yapmıyorum, satışı da tek başıma yapmıyorum, ürün tasarımını da tek başıma yapmıyorum. Tabii ki de kendinizin portfolyonuzla birlikte yaptığınız işle ilgili bir şeyiniz olması lazım. Ama aynı zamanda takım olarak da bir şeye geliyor olmanız lazım. Bugün sabah vardı, uçakta gelirken izledim. Bu Edelkro'nun YouTube'daki kanalı Kadir Köymen kapatmıştı, şimdi yeni açmış. Bugün tam onu söylüyor. Diyor ki yani takım çalışması olmadan hiçbir şey olmaz. O yüzden öyle de bir durumumuz var. Yani ikisi birden. İkisi birden olması lazım. Başka? Yok herhalde. Teşekkür ederiz. Thank you. You don't need it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It will be one more load for you to go.
That's fine. That's completely fine. Thank you.
Do not forget about the magazine here
Yeah.
and the notebooks.
Over there. Şunları çıkartıyorum.